The frustration that Jimmy displayed. Cornpop. I'm not going to read the rest of it. Without me asking for it.
Behold, pale horse. I'd pay $5 to see Jimmy Dore body slam a disagreeable guest. Just saying. LOL.
What the fuck?
They're the president they should be.
So I just want to let you know, Israel's economy is collapsing. Just in case you didn't know. Heightened tensions between Israel and Iran could incur significant additional military spending for Israel, further straining its finances. Really? And what's that from? That's from August of this year. Hey, Israel's economy has plunged into uncertainty. Labor shortages, inflation, mounting difficulties in agriculture and construction. 1 year after the Hamas terrorist attack on October 7th, Israel is approaching a recession and seeing its budgetary leeway collapse. Hey, at Israel's cafes and bars, life may seem normal, but the war has cast a pall nationwide. What does it take to cast a nationwide pall on a country responsible for the greatest crime in this millennium? Barbara Streisand canceling a concert because of rocket attacks?
The Iron Dome not working?
Here's another one. 285% spike in Israelis leaving the country.
And that's why Netanyahu is trying to start World War III, because he's losing them. He doesn't care how we feel. Obviously, he'll make us do. Remember when he assured that family that we'll do whatever he wants because they have blackmail on us from their Epstein operation? He can't control the actual. The greatest thing about Jews is they're not going to put up with that shit.
I think it's common for the Israeli citizens to go on vacation every year during hypersonic missile season.
I don't think they've even used their hypersonic missiles yet, by the way.
Ironically, I bet a lot of them went to Florida.
Oh my God.
That's called some bad karma. And, of course, thoughts and prayers to our friends in Florida. I have many friends there. So here is breakthrough news, and let's watch this. Israel's economy is in a collapse. It's in a collapse. Here we go. Here, I'll read it. Ready? Many people feel that there is no future for them here. This is a BBC specialist correspondent. Khazra Naji. He says many people feel that there is no future for them here, and these wars are still going on. Many of the middle class of the specialists here are leaving the country because they do not see a future. There is no investment. The economic situation is bad. Business is down. Many are bankrupt. Many of them are leaving. They say that there is no future for our children here. We have to raise them somewhere else. So these are the conditions that exist today. And as I said, few people see a future here. And this war is getting deeper and wider every day.
Jews are safer in Iran than they are in Israel. That's a fact. I'm not saying that as a joke. That's a fact.
Kurt just said Jews are safer in Iran than they are in Israel. And I bet that's true.
There's a whole community that lives there. We watched Ari telling Howie Mandel about it. I was just talking to him, too, before. It's Gangfest, and we were talking. Dude, that's hilarious. They're treated better than the regular Iranians there. Because it's like it actually rubs it in on Israel. They just don't like Zionists. That's all.
So Russell and my friends Russell and Keaton from Do Dissidents have told me that the Houthis have closed out. The ports are closed in Israel. They've created a lot.
How did a band of rebels do that?
What's that?
How did a band of rebels pull that off? Not the legitimate government of Yemen. That's how they.
By the way, Jackson Hinkle just interviewed the head of the Houthis. Or one of them, anyway. Yeah.
Did he say stop calling us Houthis? We're not called that.
He has a new show called Legitimate Targets.
Oh, that's a good name.
That's a good name.
Wow, good name for a guy with good hair.
So there it is. Israel's economy is collapsing, and people are leaving. What was that percentage? That was some crazy percentage. 285% spike in Israelis leaving the country. Israel's
maybe they like to start opening up to immigration the way we do.
yeah.
Maybe they would like a flood of immigrants.
Yeah.
Hey, you ever see how they treat immigrants? It's not good. It's not. They're not offering them their cats. I'll tell you that. And they hate cats there.
All right, so that's it for today.
No, it's not.
Well, no, I'm sorry.
More.
We're showing. I have one more video.
I don't mean to be aggressive about it, but we go through a lot to get this handled.
Go over to Steph and
all right, help him set it up, doll. All right,
Kurt, you want to watch this?
Yeah.
Okay, Kurt wants to watch.
Oh, the Misha thing? Yeah, I would like to see it.
how about we make Israel Palestine again? Lebanon fought hard for its independence. I'm proud to be Lebanese. Lebanon is much older than the Ottoman Empire. We are proud descendants of Phoenicians.
Hey,
Zengo,
by the way, I wouldn't be proud of that. By the way, Israel.
you can't show him right now. All right.
Oh, the Mizrahi Jews from Palestine,
right?
That spoke because they say Hebrew was a dead language until Zionists reformed it. No, it wasn't. Mizrahi Jews that lived there in peace for many years spoke Hebrew the entire time. They reconstructed a new Hebrew to ice them out. They kidnapped their kid. You know how they did to the native kids in Canada and here to some degree, where they put them in a school and beat them until they spoke the new language?
Yes.
That's what Israel did to Mizrahi Jews. It's a huge scandal. Stole their kids, forced all this stuff on them. Those were the Jews that were already living there that already spoke Hebrew, the original Hebrew, which is not what they speak now.
Depressing. All right, back to Jimmy.
Okay, so I'm going to show you our new favorite video. Should I show it full screen or over my shoulder?
So you just intro it and then full screen.
Okay, so here's Misha. I don't know. I haven't seen it yet. Let's watch.
Hello and welcome to a reading of True or False, the science of perception, misinformation, and disinformation. Let us begin.
Wait, Jimmy, can I see it?
Many things that go viral are fun or...
Hold on, you can't see it. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's what you meant.
Oh.
I'll just watch it on the live stream then.
Yes.
Yeah, watch the live stream.
All right, we'll see you later.
All right, see you guys later.
Bye, Betty. You're going to start it again.
Hello and welcome to a reading of True or False, the science of perception, misinformation, and disinformation. Let us begin. Many things that go viral are fun or just silly, but sometimes viral rumors lead to conspiracy theories. Take an example from 2016. Former First Lady Hillary Clinton was running for president. A casual comment made by people who did not think she should be president started a false rumor online, and it was mean. Her political enemies spread the story and made up details. At the same time, other countries were trying to disrupt the American election. Those countries spread even more extreme lies about Mrs. Clinton. Eventually, all this disinformation led to a bizarre conspiracy theory about her. The untrue rumor said Mrs. Clinton was kidnapping children and holding them in the basement of a pizza shop in Washington, D.C. The false story also said she planned to sell the children into slavery. This was a very mean false rumor. Almost as mean as when the Clinton campaign hired CrowdStrike to investigate their hacked servers. CrowdStrike then lied and said the DNC servers had been hacked by Russia, and of course the FBI relied on CrowdStrike's investigation rather than conducting their own. It wasn't revealed until 4 years later that CrowdStrike had no evidence of a Russian hacking. But by then, Russiagate was in full swing and images of Trump and golden showers pervaded our minds. Well, that concludes today's reading. Join us next week as we delve deeper into conspiracy theories. But don't worry, we will not be discussing the fact that the DNC made a payment to CrowdStrike just one day after Seth Rich's murder, because we all know the truth. Seth Rich, who gave information to WikiLeaks exposing corruption in the Democratic Party, was murdered in a botched robbery in which the robber forgot to rob him. Who was that robber anyway? My Nana? She can be so forgetful. Nana, don't forget your keys. She has a rich social life. I could really go for some pizza.
That's great. Fantastic. Oh, if you like this show, you'll love that sketch. Well done.
Yeah, right?
Fantastic. Nice job. Hilarious. Okay, Steph.
All right. Thank you,
Are
Misha.
we doing locals?
Yeah, we're going to do locals. So this will take me about 10 minutes. Does Jimmy need to do any reads?
I got.
All right. So stand by. All right. That was great, Misha. Thank you. She's so talented.
Oh, okay.
All right. Are you ready?
Yeah,
Wait,
I'm ready.
Back to Jimmy.
Hey, so mainstream media is unreliable and dishonest, and that's why you watch the show, right? How can you trust them when they're never told the truth about anything like Russiagate or Julian Assange, Ukraine, Syria, COVID? That's where our sponsor, Ground News, comes in. Ground News is an app and a website that gathers related articles from around the world in one place so you can compare the coverage, kind of like how we do it on this show. Let's look closer at the coverage of President Trump's attempted assassination, for instance. Ground News gives me instant access to more than 700 articles reporting on it all over the world with context on each publication's political bias. Factuality based on how subjective or objective their language is, and even who's funding those people. Comparing the coverage is absolutely fascinating to me. Corporate-leaning USA Today and ABC News downplayed the shooting by writing that Trump was moved from stage after loud noises startled him and rang out in the crowd. The Irish Times went as far as to victim blaming, adding that the assassination attempt might even help him win the White House. Right-leaning outlets like the Daily Signal and New York Post were quick to call out liberal media's biased coverage, reporting that their bias was on full display. Unfortunately, moments like these can fuel the fires of misinformation, and very inaccurate narratives can spread like wildfire. The only way to combat this is to stay informed through really diverse news sources, something Ground News simply excels at. I mean, they even created a blind spot feed to expose what the other side of the political spectrum isn't reporting on, freeing readers of any hidden agendas and political spins. With media bias just running crazy like it is, I can't recommend subscribing to Ground News enough to stay fully informed on topics with explosive headlines. Just go to ground.news/JD. That's ground.news/JD with my link in the description, and they're going to give you 40% off their Advantage subscription, which will give you unlimited access to all their analysis and features. Ground News.
Hello? You order Chinese food? Oh, we got a lot of food here. It's cold outside. Oh, you fat fuck. You got egg roll, you got dumplings, spare ribs. You got everything. Everything.
Hey, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down there for more AM Joy and the rest of MSNBC. And click on any of the videos right here to watch the latest interviews and highlights. And you can get more videos from MSNBC for free every day with our newsletter. Just visit
Isn't it swell? The memes make themselves. They found a rabbi hole, tunnels and all. There's Jews in the walls. Isn't it bliss? The rabbinical grace soiling the mattresses. Well, let me tell you. If I were Rabbi Shmuley and diddle 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 digga digga diddle diddle dum, all day long I'd diddle little bums. If I were a Shmuley man, I'd peddle all my dildos, dreidel dildos, selling dildos with my daughter and her mum. If I were a Jewish Shmuley man, I'd be digging with a dildo in my bum. I'd wear a grotesque nose and go grab some goyim right on the nipple with a pinch. A Shabbos lap dance brace for the youngest mensch.
At this time, more than any other time, you know, revolution is necessary. It is necessary. Not only based on what has happened with the MOVE organization, you know, the babies that have been murdered, you know, MOVE adults that have been murdered, bombs being dropped on us, but past that to what is happening with all black people, so-called minority people, you know, money poor people. You know, this government, as has been said earlier, has waged war on us. But you know, something about us, particularly here in America, we don't really understand that. You know, we don't really know what war is. You know, for black people, for poor people, that people see as good, that they wasn't forced to do, that they didn't do to try to keep black people appeased, you know, and calm down so that black people wouldn't riot. A prison situation is a crystallized example of that. You can make phone calls in prison. They have movies in prison, but they don't have those things because they just want to be nice to prisoners. They have those things because they know damn well if they don't have, you know, people being able to contact their family, if they don't have, you know, facilities for people to sit there and watch movies, people are going to be frustrated, upset, and they're going to direct that frustration at them prison administrators, and they're going to have riots on their hands. You know, they're going to have people in them prisons turning them prisons out. That's why they have movies. That's why they have access to phones the way they do. And a stop to it when we don't like it, or encouraging it when it's something that's in our interest. You know, we have to call the shots. The people have to take the reins of this system and start dictating, you know, what we need, what needs to be done. And, you know, taking the initiative to do it ourselves. We can't rely on this system. I mean, you know, don't people see what's happening? Every single confrontation that MOVE people have been involved in, every single issue, you know, oppression, economic issues, every single issue facing our people, you know, is something that can be dealt with very, very simply. All people got to do is make their wishes known. All people have to do is stand up and say, listen, we're not accepting that. Unity is the key. Unity is the key to revolution. Revolution ain't nothing to be afraid of. It ain't nothing to shy away from. Revolution, contrary to what officials, you know, this system and those backing the officials running the system, you know, want people to believe that revolution means violence, you know, means blood in the street. I'm saying it can get to that point, but it don't have to be violent. You know, when people come together and take a strong stand on an issue, this government don't have no choice but to listen. Where you think they get their authority from? They don't have no power, but they do have authority to do certain things. Where you think they get it from? They get it from us, from the people. You know, they get it from us accepting the things that they do to be done to stop it. Then you have some people who want to then turn around and say, yeah, well, you know, it's the best we have, and want to make excuses. The time for excuses is over. It's over. You know, every man, woman, and child has to be involved in this revolution. Not only has to be, but is, whether you want to be or not. I mean, our babies gave their lives for this revolution on May 13th. You know, men, women, and children were murdered. And not just babies, you know. What about all of the young men, women, you know, children 8, 9 years old shot down on the street by cops, you know, by drug pushers? I mean, you know, where do you think that mentality comes from? It comes from this system, from the mentality of this system of getting over, you know, making a quick buck, you know. I'm saying that's where that needs to be done to stop it. Then, you know, what I want people to really, really understand is that it's past time. It is past time for poor people, black people, you know, to realize that this system has failed you. It has failed you. You can't get nothing from it. And what people got to do is withdraw our support from it and start doing for ourselves. That's what we got to do. You know, how long are people going to sit back and beg, you know, this government to do what's right when for hundreds of years all you've gotten is a slap in the face? All you've gotten is this government kicking your ass. That's all. That's all black people have ever gotten from this government.